Hey guys, in the last section, you guys worked on solving linear equations that only required one step. Okay, today you're going to start solving equations that require two steps. Okay, now there are going to be 5 steps to follow when you're solving equations. We're not going to get to all of those today. We're just going to get to numbers 4 and 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, 2 things that you want to think about. Okay, step number 4, you want to undo addition or subtraction. Okay, so you want to undo addition or subtraction. And things that you need to think about when you're on the side of the equation with x, when you're on the side of the equation with x, you need to look for the number that is by itself. Okay, so look for the number by itself. And you need to undo, and you need to do undo positive numbers with subtraction. So undo positive numbers with subtraction. Okay, undo positive numbers with subtraction, and undo negative numbers with addition. Okay, so when you're undoing addition or subtraction, you need to look on the side of the equation with x, find that number that's by itself, and undo positive numbers with subtraction, and undo negative numbers with addition. Okay, so that's your 4th step. Let's move on to your 5th step. Okay, here you're wanting to undo multiplication or division. Okay, undo multiplication or division. Okay, and what you want to look for with step 5 is on the side with the equation, or on the side of the equation with x. On the side of the equation with x, look for the number, look for a number attached to x. Okay, so you want to look for the number that's attached to x. Alright? And when you have multiplication, you'll undo with division. When you have a number multiplied by x, you'll undo multiplication with division. And if you have a variable divided by some number, you'll undo division with multiplication. Okay? So these are the same rules that we talked about the first time, or the first section of this unit. And now we're just going to add on another step. Okay, so let's go try a few together. Okay, so let's look at this first one. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, step 4, was to undo addition or subtraction. We have addition right here. So what do you do to undo addition? Well, you subtract, of course. Okay, so we're going to subtract 7 on both sides. Doink. Okay. And that gives us 3x because we know that these cancel. So we have 3x equals negative 8 minus 7 is negative 15. Okay, then step 5, you want to find the side of the equation with the number that's attached to x. And you want to undo multiplication with division. Okay, so that gives you x equals negative 5. Okay, then once x is all by itself, you're all done. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, let's go ahead and start with step 4. That's getting rid of addition and subtraction. So this time you have subtraction. So you need to get rid of that with addition. So you're going to add 4 on both sides. And that gives you negative 3 equals x over 6. Okay, then you do step 5, which is try to get rid of multiplication or division. And if you have a variable divided by a number, then you have to do the opposite, which is multiply. Okay, so we're going to multiply each side by 6, and that will undo that number underneath the variable, cancel it out, and 6 times negative 3 gives us negative 18 equals x, because that's all that's left on the right side of your equation there. Okay, let's keep trying a few more. Alright, remember we want to start with step 4, get rid of addition or subtraction, or get rid of the number that's all by itself on the side of the equation with the variable. Okay, so this is a positive 6. Positive 6. So how do you undo addition? You subtract. Okay, so we're going to subtract 6 on both sides. That gives us 4 on the left side of your equation. Your 6's cancel. And what you have on the right side of the equation is negative 2x. Okay, now we'll do step 5, which is undo multiplication and division. Okay, so we're going to divide each side by negative 2. You're trying to undo the multiplication right here. So we're going to divide each side by negative 2, because that's the number in front of the variable. Those cancel out, and what you would have is x equals 4 divided by negative 2, which is negative 2. Let's try one with fractions. Okay, this time you got fractions. You have negative 1/5. You want to get that away from x. So you're going to undo subtraction with addition. So we're going to add 1/5 to both sides. Okay, so those will cancel out. You'll now have x over 15 on the left side of your equation, and equals 3/5 plus 1/5. Okay, and since you have common denominators on your right side of your equation, you can just go ahead and add straight across on the top. So you'll now have x over 15 equals 3 plus 1 is 4, and leave the bottom alone. Okay, so you have x over 15 equals 4/5. Now you need to get that x all by itself, and it's being divided by a number, so you need to undo that with multiplication. So we'll multiply each side by 15. Okay, so those cancel, and now you have x equals, and 4 times 15 is 60. Okay, 4 times 15 is 60, and we'll keep our denominator the same, which is 5. And if you take 60 divided by 5 on your calculator, you get 12. Okay, so go back through some of these examples if you don't understand, and you can try them again if you have to. Okay, we're going to go through a couple of these equations and go ahead and translate them, then solve them. Alright, we're going to take a look at number 16. It says the quotient of a number and negative 3 is 3/4. So we know that quotient means division. So we have a number as a variable, so we'll call that x. And we're going to divide that by negative 3. And remember, is equals, and we have 3/4 over here. Okay, so we have a variable that's divided by a number, so you need to do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So we're going to multiply each side by negative 3. Okay, those cancel, and we have x equals negative 9, because 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, and we're going to divide that by 4. Okay, so your x will equal 9/4. Okay, we're going to go ahead and skip over this one. Okay, I would like you to look at numbers 17, 18, 19, and 20. These are all a little bit of review. They shouldn't be too hard for you. And what I want you to do is go ahead and try these U tries all by yourself. They're kind of like the examples that we have been doing two-step equations. Okay, so work through each of these 4 examples up here. Okay, don't worry about this guy. Okay, work through each of those 4 examples under the U try, and then call it good. Good job, guys.